Welcome to Haken, an Animal Crossing podcast. I'm your mayor, Chewy Plays Nintendo, joined by my co-mayor, Sergio. Today, we'll go over the end of Katie's gardening event, the potential upcoming content for Pocket Camp, and more of our wishes for Animal Crossing Switch, as well as a big announcement on our plans for the week of E3. So, hey Sergio, how you doing?
Hi Chewy, hello everybody, I hope everyone is having a great week.
Yeah, crazy week for me. I've been doing research for the next Is It Time for Animal Crossing Switch video, and I'm going to be talking about sales, but it's funny because I was looking at the top-selling Nintendo games, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Nintendogs is one of them,
Right.
one of the top-selling games. I actually saw it at the thrift store this weekend. So I picked it up. I was like, oh, cool. It's $5. I haven't played a Nintendogs game.
Oh,
I've
okay.
watched my brother play them. But I was like, I don't know if I'm interested. But now I'm like, okay, I'll try it. So I got Nintendogs, Lab, and Friends.
Okay, for regular DS then.
Yeah, it's just the DS one.
Right.
Were there any on the 3DS at all?
There was the one, and it introduced cats, but honestly, I think the big impact one is Nintendo's one for DS.
Okay. Yeah, maybe I would like the cats. Because I think that's the thing. I'm not a huge dog person. I think they're cool, but they're just so needy.
True.
And I'm like, all my animals in Animal Crossing already need me. Okay.
Right.
And they don't die if I don't feed them, so we're good. Anyways, how was your week?
Good. Much easier than previous weeks. So, thankfully, I had an opportunity to put a lot of time into Pocket Camp, and this was one of those weeks that rewards you if you put a lot of time because we had a gardening event.
Yeah, it was a big week with the gardening event. I actually just barely finished it.
Right.
Yeah, and I'm still not kind of finished. I still have to reach the goal of harvesting 250 flowers.
Oh, okay, those goals, right.
Yeah, so once I do that one, and I want to do this one because I get 20 leaf tickets from it.
Yeah, that's good.
And I'm currently at 330 one leaf tickets. And so these 20 will give me enough to get that Brewster special item. Because that's what I've been wanting the whole time. Yeah. I didn't buy a single Hopkins cookie. I was tempted because I was like, I want a GameCube or, I don't know, something cool.
Yeah.
I did find a couple, though, for sale. So I bought 2. One of them was just a stand.
Right.
The first one I got, it was so boring. I was like, really? A stand? Come on. And so the next one I got was a 3DS. So I thought that was cool.
Nice, yeah.
Yeah. So how did the gardening event go for you this time around?
Oh, I guess it was the easiest, but probably because I put so much time into it. It's probably the one that I played the most. But yeah, it was the easiest. I finished it over a day before it was due. So it's due tonight. I finished it last night. And yeah, it was pretty easy. No complaints. I guess maybe we're just getting used to them,
Yeah, what's funny is the second part is usually the harder part, like the silver and the gold apple flitters that were going on. But it's funny because the first time I played, I planted there were the red strawberries and the green strawberries, right?
Right.
And so I planted both of them, probably 10 of each, and all of my batches at first, at least the first 3, out of all of those, I caught 2 of the rare ones. And I was like, what is going on? I think they were the red, right? The red was rare.
Right.
And then were the other ones just green?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, green and red. And I caught 2 of the red ones after 3 batches. And I was like, what is happening? Come on. And at first I was worried. I was like, is the second part going to be impossible?
Right.
Yeah, because that's definitely what we don't want to happen again.
Right.
I just got my leaf tickets back.
Right. No, I think if this is any indication, I think they figure out the perfect spawn rates and catch rates. It's good, you just it does take time, but you don't have to spend leaf tickets to catch the whatever creature they offer.
Yeah, which is good because, the point of them, I think, is like, we want leaf tickets and a free way to get them. And that they put plenty of them in the
Right.
events for us to get. So I think it's worth it.
Right. But
Yeah.
honestly, I
Oh, go for it.
think these items were like the least interest in me. It's all fruit related. There were a couple of things. I like the fruit shorts. I always want as many shorts as I can have. But that was about it. I mean, you get a lot of repeats, and not too interesting. But I like Katie a lot, so I wanted to help her out.
Yeah, I like Katie too. Yeah, I've never been too into the fruit stuff. I think it's cute. I did really like the watermelon polo.
Hmm.
That's a pretty cute shirt. I bought a couple extras.
Right.
With the extra flowers I had.
Right. Oh, and then the apple stem, which is like a hat, like a little, the
Yeah,
apples. Yeah, that's cool.
yeah, that one's pretty cute too. But yeah, for me this time around, I really didn't play too much. I actually probably only beat it because I went on to Discord earlier today and was like, "So I'm missing a lot," and you gave me like everything you had, which is great.
Right.
But yeah, if anybody's listening is ever having trouble with these Pocket Camp events, our Discord is great about that. Like everybody just messages in there
Right.
and we do our best to help everyone out. So I
Yeah.
still have flitters right now. So if anybody's still looking for them tonight, I'm definitely going to just get rid of them.
Yeah, yeah. I love the all the activity earlier. Everyone was asking and giving, and I guess yeah. Also going back to how much time I put into this, but I had a lot of extra. I had up to 50 ready to give. Of the second rarest, which was the silver.
Yeah, that's a bunch and I needed them.
Right. And I think pretty much everybody had a lot of extra silver. So I guess they weren't as hard to get, but the gold for sure.
Yeah, the gold was more of a short supply, but I think I have plenty of those to share still. At
Oh,
least like
nice.
7, I
Mhm.
think. Yeah, so yeah, well, I'm gonna be sharing them tonight.
Oh, and don't forget the flower tree. Get a few extra things. I'm gonna try to get a couple more essences.
Yeah, I already used them all to get the elegant essences.
Nice. Yeah.
A little update on my essences. I have completed every amenity except for the elegant ones now.
Right.
So I'm done. Like they're all level 5. They're
Nice.
maxed out.
Right.
And I've been like, so excited about that. But now I'm looking at the elegant and I'm like, great, now I need like 100 elegant ones and 100
Oh man.
harmonious ones. So yeah, I'm back at it.
It would be cool if we could trade the other ones. I mean, it would be nice if it was a 1-for-1 trade, but they probably wouldn't let us do that.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool. They have been giving us a lot more too, and I noticed they do give you a lot during the gardening event.
Yes, that's true.
But it's split between so many essences at this point.
Hmm.
It'd be pretty cool if you could pick which ones you got.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah, because like I said, I'm done maxing like everything out.
Right,
Um,
and then the old essences. Once in a while, you need them for to craft an item, but pretty much, I wonder what we're gonna be doing with them now.
yeah, probably just extra items. You know what I thought today? That the one way they haven't taken our money yet is if they give us like a limited time leaf ticket amenity. Um,
Oh, okay.
you know what?
Yeah.
Actually, they kind of did though. It wasn't. No, maybe it was a crafting material. It was a crafting material amenity. It was like the skate ramp thing,
Oh,
but it was
yes.
the snowboard one.
Yes.
Yeah, so something like that, but it costs leaf
For
tickets,
leaf
you know?
tickets.
Yeah,
I think your prediction is gonna come true soon.
probably. I don't know. Nintendo really wants to make money off of this game at this point. And I'm pretty sure they have now. I feel like a lot of people are buying a lot of these leaf ticket items.
Right. Yeah. I
And
mean, they make them the best ones. We have to.
yeah, there's some really good ones out there. I still want the rocket. I'll probably like when it comes to the end of the event
Right.
or those like current fortune cookies. I might splurge and try to get that rocket.
Right.
Yeah, so yeah, those are our updates for that Katie Flowers party, and there are a ton of more updates coming up to Pocket Camp. Did you want to go over those real quick?
Sure, and just a little disclaimer that we're going to be talking about content that is definitely not confirmed. This is all from data mined information, so it may not release when we're noting. Previously, we talked about the second fishing event, which didn't happen, so yeah, just keep that in mind. But from the information that has been gathered, the next big thing coming up is actually more amenities and a new amenity, modern. And
I'm
modern
so
essences,
surprised.
right?
I thought it was going to be Civic this time.
Right. I think they changed it on us on purpose because they know we were expecting Civic, typical Nintendo style.
Yeah, and I mean, well, they dropped the new Civic items into the game, and it was pretty quiet. Like, they always add new games when they add, or new furniture and items when they add new characters.
Right.
And I was like, oh, this one's got a different symbol. It's Civic. Ooh, that must be the next amenity. And here we are, 2 amenities later.
Right.
And I'm still confused about the hip amenity. I don't understand why it's not like a coffee shop or something.
True.
It's a weird pumpkin thing. I don't even know what it is.
No. Oh, but we know it's hip.
Yeah, definitely. But we have gotten like a little bit of a look at these modern things, and they look pretty cool.
Yes. Yeah, they do. They definitely do.
Yeah, one of them, at first I thought it was like, it kind of has a rounded side,
Right.
And at first I thought it was like a slide that goes down the building. But I don't think it is. It's just what it looks like.
Right. Right. No, but they look, I mean, they do look modern, but they look cool.
Yeah, it makes me think of like that futuristic type of look.
Right.
From back in the day.
Right.
Yeah, which is pretty cool.
So far, this is stated to come out, start on May 15, which is the date you're listening to this podcast. And alongside the modern essences and amenities, we have 3 new villagers, which are supposed to be Wolfgang, Naomi, and Poppy.
I'm surprised it's only 3.
Yeah, that's right.
That's the thing that surprised me, because usually I feel like we get a new amenity and we're getting like 5 to 7 villagers.
Right.
And it's mostly to just make it easier to get that essence, And I'm not sure how I feel about them doing only 3 characters. Maybe it'll be more. These things are subject to change.
Right.
But I really like Poppy.
Yes. Oh, yes. Of course.
Poppy was one of my best friends in City Folk.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so we hung out a lot. I think Poppy might live in my current City Folk town.
Oh, cool.
No, it's Felicity. Sorry, it's a cat, not a squirrel.
Close.
Yeah. What were you gonna say about the villagers?
That if it is 3, it's definitely gonna be difficult. But like you said, this is not confirmed, so maybe these are the 3 we know, and we might get hopefully at least 3 more.
Yeah, and I'm excited to see more of like even like the elegant villagers. I feel like they only gave us 5.
Yes.
Like it just doesn't feel like enough.
Yes. Right.
I want to have more. So I feel like there should be at least 8 of everybody.
Right.
Then
I was wondering if they could change some of the old ones into the new types that we need.
Yeah, that would be pretty interesting. I thought of that too. I don't think they'd backtrack though.
Right.
When I thought about it a little more.
Right.
But it is an option. They could always do it. I don't know. But yeah, I want at least 8 of them, because then you can fill your campsite with just one type.
Yes.
Because the big way I get my essences at this point is putting specific villagers in my camp. So I get an increase, I guess. The odds are very good that I'm going to be able to get the essence that I want,
Right. Mm-hmm.
So I feel like 8. Maybe one day we'll have 8 of at least everybody,
Right.
Yeah, it's just kind of those first villagers or the first essences that we got. The cute, the cool, the natural, and what was the last one? Sporty?
Sporty,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, those are like overflowing.
Yes.
You always have an option.
Yeah, and they keep adding more still.
Yeah, that even like one of the last batches, like there were cute people, cool people, and there were some rustic, I think, which helped me.
Yes.
I think rustic might have reached that 8 villager point. But yeah, I definitely want to see like at least 8 of everyone, because then once you've got them all invited, you are gonna be swimming in the essences.
Right.
What about Wolfgang and Naomi? Have you had them in your place before?
No, I haven't. But Wolfgang looks pretty cool.
Yeah, Naomi is a cow, right? I'm kind of looking her up real quick.
Yes.
I feel like she had these. Oh yeah, she has some weird eyes. She seems very trippy. Like she's wears the swirly pink and yellow shirt.
Right.
And then if you look at her in a weird way, like her nose holes look like her eyes. I don't know. She just throws me off. I think that's why she's modern. She makes sense. And then Wolfgang, he's another wolf. He actually wears Gracie's shirt. That's why he always stuck out to me.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and I was like, man, this guy, he's pretty styling, wearing some Gracie Grace originals right there. So, yeah, he's probably got some money.
Oh yeah.
If he can afford to shop at Gracie's.
Right. That's true.
Yeah. So there's another thing coming, a new cookie once again. I didn't think they were going to do this, but they are, and it's insane.
Right. And it's a fan favorite by far.
Oh, yeah. So Stitches, patch cookie. Stitches, one of those top tier villagers, as I like to call them. He's getting his own cookie, and so far it says the date is between May 17th and July 16th. That's a bit longer, right?
Oh, yes, that's almost twice. Yes.
Yeah, because the Filbert was about a month.
Right.
If I'm correct. And this one seems like it's, a good 2 months to get it. I'm still surprised that they're like, they've already introduced some cookies, right? And I've only bought 6 so far. But I'm sure there are plenty of people who have bought like everything they possibly could of each of them. And have like, probably all the items. So I guess for them, it makes sense to have another cookie in the meantime.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's true. That makes sense.
But at the same time, I'm like, there are already so many cookies to buy.
Right.
So many fortune cookies. And yeah, I'm like, I've barely bought any. And I've already missed like a whole round of bonus cookies,
Right.
Yeah, so yeah, they're really, like I said, they're trying to get money off of this game.
Right. And but the Stitches items look pretty cool. Let's see, that's 10 items. And they all look, Stitches related. And yeah,
yeah.
They're going for the fan favorites. I can definitely see a Bob cookie down the road, and I'm a little scared of if the items look too good, I may have to splurge again.
Yeah, the one thing that sticks out to me on the Stitches cookie is that we have, like I mentioned, the hip amenities, and they're kind of weird. So we have that like weird tongue couch potato thing, but it's like recolored.
Right.
So I'm wondering if it's like an amenity that you're actually getting from this cookie.
Okay.
Because oh my gosh, that
custom amenities.
Because I kind of want to have all the amenities. But now it looks like one might be locked behind the cookies,
Right.
So...
that's scary.
But at the same time, it could just be an item, because I don't think you would be able to get multiples of an amenity,
True. It could be a smaller one that just goes into your regular campsite.
Yeah, you can have the big one and the little one. and then, that way big brother, little brother can share, big sister, little sister.
Right. You're hipper than hip.
Yeah. They're just doing their thing. Yeah, but they look pretty cool. They're all like patchwork type of things, just like
Right.
Stitches. He's a little Frankenstein. He's put together all these different parts, and then, you know, he got shocked by lightning on a rainy day and came to life. I'm giving him a story.
It's canon now.
Yeah, only the facts here in Haken. Yeah, so yeah, like I said, that's going to be a long cookie. And then finally, we have another fishing tourney on the docket. Fishing tourney number 2. I've been excited about this.
Yes. Oh, yes, definitely.
I liked the first fishing tourney a lot. I guess I don't know if I'm going to buy the goldenrod this time, but if I miss a cycle, I might.
Right, right.
Also, goldenrod. I just thought of Goldenrod City in Pokemon.
Oh,
Side note,
true.
where you fight, shoot, what's her name? She has the mill tank. Whitney. Yeah, the
Okay,
gym leader,
right.
Whitney, with the mill tank. Yeah, I like I love that game. Second gen for life. I love it. But yeah, this fishing tourney is going to be at the river.
Right.
And that's mostly why I've been excited. I want to see some whatever new fish that we're going to be catching at the river. Maybe some arowanas, what are those golden ones?
Oh, the Dorado?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I love catching those.
Yeah, and their money.
Oh, yeah.
15 what is it? 15,000 bells?
Right.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
good
those were
money.
good. Yeah, I've been waiting for this fishing tourney number 2 for a while because we keep getting gardening events. Let's switch it up with some fishing tourneys.
Yeah, I like the fishing tourneys. It's a good change of pace.
Hmm.
I want to put a lot of the fish tanks up too in my camp. I haven't
Oh,
redesigned my camp in so long.
oh yes.
I've got to get to that. But it'd be cool to have like, I guess I don't know if it'll be cool or mean, but you know the little like rivers that we got in the past gardening event?
Yes.
It'd be cool to put those rivers up and then like the fish tanks around them, but also kind of mean because those fish could just be swimming through the river.
Right.
Yeah. Speaking of which, like if you, okay, I'm gonna add this to my wishes. Let's move on. Fine, but I'm gonna remember what this is.
Right.
Okay. So anyways, the next I guess the real last little thing is there's also another wave of villagers planned for May 25th or around May 30th, right?
Right, and for that one we don't know who it is, but it makes sense to get new villagers for all the new amenities.
Yeah. I'm hoping this is like, I hope they just use these next like kind of villager updates to kind of even out the numbers so you can get the right essences, you know?
Right.
Because I mean, 3 of the modern, that's not enough. We're gonna need a lot more than that,
Right.
you know?
And I was
So
thinking that there's players out there, like I know Cece from our Discord is really high level up. So for players like her that are really high up there in levels, they need to keep adding new villagers so that they keep leveling up.
yeah, because now it's only getting slower and slower that we are getting those hearts that we
Right.
need to get those 10 leaf tickets every level.
Yes.
It's not enough. They should really up it,
Yeah.
I think.
Yes.
I think one of these updates, they need to increase the amount of tickets that we get when we level up. Maybe, I don't know, maybe we reach level 100 or something. I think it should be much lower, though, because at this point, we have so many things to spend leaf tickets on, you
Right.
know? And 10 isn't going to get us whatever we need.
Right. Yeah. Nothing.
Yeah,
Right.
especially at those high levels, because, you know, if you're
Yes.
level 100, who knows when you're going to level up by then?
Right.
Because at that point, all your villagers are probably pretty maxed out. So
Right.
it takes a million requests to get them to grow a level. So,
Right.
yeah, I think they need to even that out a bit more. So I guess, yeah, I put something on hold, but our next topic is going to be Animal Crossing Switch Wishes, or Switches. is what I've been calling them. So Sergio and I, like always, we want to talk about Animal Crossing Switch, which it better be on Switch. Side note, if they put this on 3DS, I'm gonna cry. I don't need another 3DS Animal Crossing. I have one. Yes. You know, it's already crowded. We have 2 3DS Animal Crossings. Right. Who needs a third? Okay. Anyway, side note. So we're always thinking about Animal Crossing Switch, and we essentially come up with our different list of wishes that we would like to happen in the next game. Doubtful that they'll all happen. Maybe some of them will, though.
Right.
Which would be great. So we have some. I guess I'll start with the first one, just because I had the idea while we were talking just now.
Right.
So my idea, I wrote down outdoor mall, right? Mm-hmm. It could also be an indoor mall. But where I live, there's a mall, and there's a creek that actually goes through the mall, right?
Ooh.
And the creek has live fish in it. And and so that's where my idea came from when I was talking about like the fish in the aquarium. It'd be so cool if you could put like little rivers through your house or something, and then let the fish live in them. Yeah. Like if you put a pond, because we have the pond item, you know? If we put the pond in our place, let's let our fish live in there. Like they don't need to be in a little aquarium thing. Put a shark in your pond. It'll be a saltwater pond. Yeah. But also, like, regardless, it'd be cool to have a mall, too, and be able to decorate that mall and design different shops that are in it. Another little wish.
Right. And then you could go fishing at the mall.
Yeah. But, yeah, I feel really bad whenever, because you want to display a shark in your house when you catch it, you know?
Right.
You got to see what it looks like. And then you put it in, and it's like this little 4x4 tank.
Yes.
And it just looks so cramped in there. And you're like, oh, this shark should not live like this. It needs an ocean to really have the space that it needs, you know?
Right.
So... yeah, I want alternatives to keeping your pets in the game.
Right.
So your shark will look okay and be cool.
Or if they could somehow do like a secluded area of the ocean that is, all fenced in, so you could keep a pet in there.
Yeah, that would be super cool. I'd like that.
Yeah.
And then... It kind of makes me think, because I've been playing a lot of Stardew Valley, like you put little crab pots in the ocean or the rivers in Stardew Valley, and you check them every day, and they're little cool things in there, you know? Sometimes it's trash, but sometimes it's crabs. Right. Or like little oysters and stuff like that, you know? Mm-hmm. It'd be cool to set up that kind of thing in Animal Crossing.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, so every day you can wake up and you're like, oh, here's a little extra thing I can do.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, check the tide pools, you know? Yeah, so what's one of your wishes for the Animal Crossing Switch?
Well, I want the ability to be able to save your layouts. I'm thinking mostly interior layouts, but actually what gave me the idea was Pocket Camp, because, we design our campsite. And I guess for the most part, a lot of people have two sides to it, the left and right. On the left you have something, on the right another. For example, mine is, on the left I have a stage for KK. On the right I have the bedorium, which is just a bunch of beds. And I want to do something else, but I don't want to take out the stage or the bedorium. So I was hoping, and this leads to my wish for Animal Crossing Switch, or my Animal Crossing wish, that I want to be able to design a layout and then save it for later, and then I can redo it and save the new one, and then swap between them, back and forth. It's sort of a double-edged sword, because it takes a lot of time to lay out things properly, like it would in real life, so it's very rewarding. If you could save different ones and just swap them around sort of willy-nilly, it might take away some of that magic, but I don't know, I want to see something like that implemented. If at least give us the option. If we decide not to do it, that's fine.
Yeah, and where I feel like that makes sense a lot is, redecorating your home.
Hmm.
And because you change things or you completely redo a room, and then you're like, man, I don't think I like this as much as my old room.
Right.
And you have no idea how you decorated your old room.
Right.
So it'd be cool to like, revert back to that layout, especially because, the game itself encourages you not to reset
Right.
or
Yes.
and it wants you to save at the end of every play time.
Right.
And so when you change your whole layout and then you're like, I don't like it, I want to go back to what I have, but I don't know how. The only way is if I turn my game off right now
Right.
and restart.
Right.
And so I feel like they should cater more to that type of thing because, you can make mistakes, little mistakes. They're not the end of the world, but,
Right.
they're upsetting
Right. Yeah.
still. So if you make like a change or something to your house that you don't like or your town, like it'd be nice if you had like some sort of feature that saved what you had previously.
Right.
So
Right.
so
I
it doesn't
remember.
punish you.
Yeah. Right. I remember one time I wanted to go back to an old layout, and luckily I took a lot of photos for my album, but I had to look there. Oh yeah, I had the couch here, and I had this over there, and then I try to put it back together, and it's never really the same. And
Hmm.
a part of the encouragement for you to try out different things is when you, at least in New Leaf, when you went on the Dream Suite and you saw different towns and you saw people had like a grocery store room in their house or like a cafe or something. And you're thinking, oh, I want to try that, but I don't want to get rid of my kitchen or my bedroom. So if you could redesign something and save it and then swap it, that would encourage, personally, and I think for many players, it would encourage us to play a lot with interior design.
Yeah, I think so. And yeah, like I said, I don't want people to like feel punished when they do something in the game and then they're like, "Oh man, that was a big mistake.
Mm.
I really need to restart to fix it."
Yeah, and then you
Um,
feel bad when you get talked down from Rossetti.
yeah, Rossetti's just gonna pop up and say like, "Look, man, you shouldn't be doing that." Yeah, so funny enough, with my Switch wishes, I found this pretty hard at first because in the moment I was just like, my only wish is that it gets announced at E3.
Right.
I just want Animal Crossing Switch. I just want to know that it's going to be real.
Right.
I'm at that point where I'm just like, please let this be a real thing that's coming out and I'm going to be able to play it.
Right.
um, but regardless, I did come up with some I had some help with. So specifically this one, Jeslyn on our Discord, we were kind of chatting about New Leaf and such, and she said that she'd like a kind of like a village editor interface,
Hmm.
one where you're not like so much a character, but more like able to zoom in and out. Her example is like Minecraft,
Right.
and being able to get like a better view of your place as you like developed it, and built
Right.
things and such. And so my idea off of that, because when I hear these ideas, I like them, but I also have to think, okay, what works in the world of Animal Crossing?
Right.
And so my idea is I think I'd love to have like a town planning board where you get an interface that lets you like plot things out on your town.
Hmm.
Um, okay, so I'm all one thing I'm really obsessed with is I'd really like to get a train set and like build a little town where the train set goes through. And I imagine like a diorama.
Right.
And so I imagine it would be cool to have a diorama type of like sandbox in Animal Crossing,
Hmm.
like at town hall. Here's a diorama of the town.
Yeah.
Now,
Oh.
where do you want to lay things out?
Yeah.
So for me, that would be like kind of a seamless way to work that type of feature into the game
Yeah.
where you have more of a sandbox. So then not only do you get like a free space to play and plot things out, it can also like serve as a real tool to like guide you while you're building out your town, you know?
Yes.
So that's one of my wishes.
Oh, I love it. I mean, it makes so much sense, right? When you first arrive and you tell them, yeah, I want to build my tent/house. Where should we do it? And then you have to actually go out to the place instead of it was like a little diorama, like you said, just point to it and decide the best place. I love that. I love that.
Yeah, and it kind of makes me think of like Happy Home Designer, you know, because somebody would ask for some sort of help and like building their house, and the first thing you got to do is you got to look at a map and plot out where they're gonna live.
Right.
You know.
Right.
And so, like, even that little feature is, like, close to, like, what I'd like it to be. Because, you know, being in an Animal Crossing world, I think it would kind of throw off, like, I guess, being in the world if it turned into kind of, like, Minecrafty and you just start floating up into space to see the layout a little better, you know?
Right.
But I think like having an actual space to do that where you're not seeing this from that usual third person perspective.
Yes.
It's like a weird perspective. It's like a third first person because like the camera just follows you directly in the center, you know, but you're not you. It's not like first person. So, but yeah, it'll essentially serve the purpose of like giving you a space where you can take those weird perspectives of like floating up in the sky and seeing the whole layout of your town, you know?
Yeah. Oh, you have no idea how much I want this.
Yeah, it would be, I'm geeking out over it because I think it'd be a really great thing. Because right now, I got really far in updating my New Leaf town, and I'm starting to not like it. And I'm like, man, I've spent so long getting these bushes, and now that I've got like all these paths lined with bushes, it's starting to not look that great. And I feel bad about it because I worked forever on this and I'm halfway with it perpetually. But if I had like a little sandbox thing, a type of interface where I could map it out, I probably would have figured it out, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's one of my wishes. And hopefully one of Jesselyn's. Hopefully I came up with like a good workaround for how it would work.
Yes.
Yeah, that's my thing. I just want it to be like seamless with the Animal Crossing world.
Yeah. Oh, it makes a lot of sense. I need this. We need this.
Yeah. So what other ideas did you have, or wishes, I mean?
The next one I have it's related to Nintendo Labo, actually, because I think Nintendo Labo is going to be a big hit. We're waiting, I guess, a little bit into June to see how well it's doing, but I can already kind of tell that it's doing well, and it's getting the attention of a lot of different groups and demographics because it's really something very unique and out there, you know, very Nintendo type of entertainment. And I think it's going to be so big, so much that it's going to get different kits related to Nintendo franchises like Mario, Zelda, and of course Animal Crossing. And that's what I want. I want a Labo kit for Animal Crossing that adds to the game. It's I guess in a way of DLC, but with Labo, you know, you get the experience of making the items. And the tricky part about this is that it has to be something that offers enough content for the people that get only the Labo kit and don't have Animal Crossing, but also something that the people that have Animal Crossing for the Switch and don't want to get the Labo kit, they're not going to be missing out on something, you know, really great and disappointing that if they decide not to buy, you know, because they have every right to do so. So what I was thinking was a Labo kit that offered you the ability to customize furniture. Without getting into too much detail, because I don't want to take the magic away of the experience, but basically with Labo, there's a way, once you're done, the camera in the right Joy-Con can scan whatever you built. So in a way, you could design your own furniture for Animal Crossing and make it into the game. The cool part would be if they let you design, for example, let's say a chair, and based on the cardboard pieces that you get with a kit, you could build it in three different ways. So it's up to you which one you want to go with, and if you want to take it apart and build it again, you should have that option. I think that would be really cool to have like a Labo set of furniture.
Yeah, I love this because we already have like a cardboard set
Mm-hmm.
in Animal Crossing, you know? But at the same time, I think we may have talked about this before, but it'd be cool if you had like a much deeper like furniture building interface or like sorry, I can't think of the word. Like just a way in
Mm-hmm.
Animal Crossing to build your own furniture, you know?
Right, right.
Because a huge thing in New Leaf was being able to customize your furniture for the first
Yes,
time.
right.
And that was great. So many people made some really great decisions with the furniture they customized, you know?
Yeah,
And you can really just make a piece fit in your room and give like a totally different vibe than if it were, you know, a different color or something in another room.
right.
But yeah, I like the idea of being able to make your own like Labo furniture and then, you know, essentially scan that into your game. Yeah, and maybe there'd be like a lot of freedom because, you know, like
Yeah,
Labo, you don't just have to use like the cardboard things they give you. Like you
right.
can use other cardboard and make other things with it. Like it's
Yeah,
pretty free, you know?
right.
So it'd be cool to also like be able to design just out of any old cardboard some type of chair, some type of couch. I don't know, a TV,
Yeah,
and then like, you know, put it into your Animal Crossing game.
yeah. And I just had another little idea to add to it. It could be pieces related, and you could mix and match. For example, the white cardboard pieces could be part of the bed, but if you wanted to, you could only take half of the bed and then put a couch on the other half, and just do, do whatever crazy thing you can come up with, because that's part of the fun with Labo, and of course the experience that you actually built it with your own hands. It's awesome.
And that makes me think of if you all watched the Lego movie, the main character wanted to make like a double-decker couch.
Oh yeah.
And everybody was like, that's a terrible idea. The people's feet are going to be dangling in people's faces. Because at first I was like, oh, a double-decker
Yeah.
couch. That does sound great. And then they kind of talked about all the
Yeah.
reasons it wouldn't be. And I was like, oh, they're right. It's kind of a bad idea. Never
Yeah.
mind. But yeah, it's... I think that would be really cool, like being able to get custom things. And
Yeah.
you brought up a good point about like, you know, we've only seen 2 Labo sets so far. It'd be really cool to see like if Nintendo's really planning on like combining their games with like some sort of Labo functionality, or if they're just going to keep them separate for
Right.
now,
Right.
you know? We never know. Like Nintendo is known to just like have ideas and hold on to them until they work.
Yeah.
Or they find somewhere where the idea will fit well, you know?
Right.
So it could be like, especially with like the new Yoshi game that was announced last year, like that was all those stages were created from cardboard cutouts and like little crafts and things like that, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm really waiting to find out if this E3 we're gonna actually like get some sort of confirmation that Labo is gonna be tied into this Yoshi game.
Yeah, that makes sense for how long we've been waiting for that game then.
Yeah. Also, side note, I know you got Labo, right? How have you felt about it so far?
Good. I've been playing a couple other games that I want to finish before I can focus more on it. But I loved the experience that you get from putting it together. It's great. It's very well explained, and just once you build it, you realize how it all works, and it's amazing. Very childlike. Very very awesome.
Yeah, it's really cool. I've been interested, but you know, I think I've talked to you about this, but I don't see myself having time
Right.
for it till I don't know when. Like I keep saying summer, but I'm like, I know E3 is gonna happen and something huge is gonna come out, and then I'm just gonna be like, maybe
Yeah.
fall, and then the rest of the huge stuff comes out. So
Yeah.
yeah, I just don't know when I'm gonna have time for it, but I am, because you know I play a lot of music and I really want to play with that piano.
Yeah.
I've seen some really cool things done with that, and I'm like, man, I just want to experiment with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
especially because like I've been tempted to buy like a little keyboard to do different sounds and stuff.
Yes.
But I haven't, and I'm like, if I did bought something like that, it might as well be like a Labo piano.
Yeah, you get a lot of other items too.
Yeah, you get a bunch of really weird, funky sounds and things to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm glad. I've heard the experience building them is pretty fun and hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, I'm into it. I have like one more thing. How many did you have?
One more as well.
Okay, so cool. Then we'll just go back to back. So my last thing, this wish is kind of a minor thing, but also a huge thing for me. I want the next game to let me plant things right next to like buildings, public works, other plants. For example, like if I want to plant some bushes right next to my house,
Mm-hmm.
And so like maybe my house layout, I don't want the hedge kind of option. I want to make my own out of the bushes that are available in the game,
Right.
And I'm even like, you know what? Just let me plant a tree right next to my house, or like the buildings or the public works.
It'll grow around it.
Yeah. And then even like, benches, like I want so badly to put bushes around the two sides of the benches or even just like the back of it. Because, you see that in real life.
Yeah.
Where there's a bench with bushes right next to it,
Yeah.
It's not like it's something that's impossible to do.
It's not like any villager is going to get trapped in there.
Yeah, so exactly. So that's my wish. Because I think, the first Animal Crossing game was less strict with that. You could actually like get some pretty strange kind of things. I think you could even like grow trees next to trees, but one of them wouldn't grow to full size.
Yes, right. I guess
I love that.
Yeah, I guess that was the benefit of the grid system from back then.
Yeah, I am obsessed with different sized trees. I don't know why I love this so much. Maybe it is because of the first Animal Crossing, but I want to be able to plant a tree next to another tree, and one of them just happens to be a little dinky. It's adorable.
Yeah.
It's too cute. So yeah, that's what I want. That's my third and final wish.
Yeah,
make it happen, Genie.
It's one of those like things they wouldn't really mention like at E3 or when they announced the game, but you and I and many players would be all over that because we need that kind of thing.
Yeah, and you say it's not something they would mention, but it makes sense they wouldn't mention it. Like, here's this brand new Animal Crossing game. Plant your trees next to your trees. And I'd be mind blown and going crazy. And other people would be like, what? Why does that matter? Only psychopaths love that stuff. And I'm like, well, here I am.
Yeah.
This is exactly what I love in life.
Right.
So, yeah, it's just the weirdest game,
Yeah.
It's something that I just want. It's going to be on a Switch, This is the strongest console that Nintendo has had so far. And I'd hope that they are able to give us as little restriction on what we can do as possible,
Right.
Okay, so what was your last little wish?
It's a minor one also, but it's one that I wanted, forever. I want more shorts. There's never enough. There's a lot of pants, skirts, dresses, but I think like shorts is the mainline clothing item that gets the least. What I thought is make it simple, of every type of pants that you can get, just cut it in half and make a shorts version of it.
Yeah. Even like piggybacking off of that, like what if at Able Sisters you go and you're like, hey, I don't like these pants. Can you turn them into shorts?
Yeah.
Yeah, like if it were just some way that you could customize. And I don't remember. Could we create our own pants at Able Sisters, or was that not yet a feature?
No,
I don't think
no,
so.
no.
Yeah, so they did extend like what type of shirts we could make, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So like we could make a t-shirt, a long sleeve
Right,
shirt,
right.
and even a tank top.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I might as well give us the option to make like different hats and pants and
Yeah,
socks.
right.
They're a clothing shop. They can make everything.
Yeah, if they really go all out, I was thinking, why don't they let us give us the ability to wear just one shoe, whichever you want, or I mean, it's possible.
Yeah, mix and match your shoes.
Yeah.
Like real people do when they're late to something
Yeah.
and didn't sleep enough. Yeah, I like that. I think this is gonna happen. Especially because this Animal Crossing was the first Animal Crossing where we got pants, or at least New Leaf,
Yes, right.
So we finally got pants, and that came with shorts and stuff. And I feel like when they first come out with items, they do a good job of giving us a good variety of them,
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Even the shoes, like this was the first where we actually got a bunch of different shoes.
Right.
I think that's going to grow for sure.
Yeah, you make a great point. I can't wait.
Yeah, because every game we get new furniture, and they're always adding tons and tons of new things. And so this will be the first updated game where they'll actually have some time to give us some new styles.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I can see that one for sure happening.
Yeah.
And I'm excited because you like shorts.
Yeah.
And I want you to have what you like. All right. Finally, our last little thing that we're going to talk about for today. Maybe this was a shorter podcast. I don't know. But this is an exciting announcement. And Sergio and I have been talking about our E3 2018 plans for the podcast. So for Haken and Animal Crossing podcast, if you all are listening the day this comes out, you will notice it is a Tuesday. And typically, that's the day we like to put out new podcasts, right? So the one thing with Tuesdays is this year at E3, Nintendo is holding their presentation on the morning of Tuesday, June 12th, 2018, this year. Mm-hmm. And so my worry was putting out a podcast, getting some sort of news, and our podcast being like definitely old news instantly in the morning,
Right.
We're going to avoid that. We are actually on that week, E3. So Monday, June 11th, we will be posting an episode of Haken. It'll probably be mostly like E3 predictions and just like, final thoughts on whether or not we think the game's going to get announced then, So that'll come out Monday before E3, Doomsday, as we'll call it. Or, the day of the rapture, when we do know Animal Crossing is coming. We'll celebrate. But anyways, so that's happening Monday. And then Tuesday, after the E3 show, we're going to have a special live recording of a podcast. And I'm going to hope we're not crying through this whole thing. But you know what? The more I think of it, if they announce Animal Crossing for Switch, we're going to be crying through this whole thing.
Regardless, right?
And if they don't, we'll be crying.
Right.
So no matter what, there will be tears. But on our Discord, we're kind of testing this out later this week, but on our Discord, we're going to have a room where anybody can join and listen to our live reactions to what just happened in the E3, or in the E3 presentation. Yeah, it's going to be super great. Sergio and I have decided to take that day off. At least you got half the day off.
Right.
And I'm just going to take the whole day off because honestly, I'm not going to be able to concentrate on anything with E3 going on in the background. that's all I'm going to be thinking about.
Right.
So it'd be a waste for me to be at work, you know? So anyways, yeah, once again, the Discord, if you haven't joined yet, I think now's the perfect time to join, because we're going to have big E3 celebrations. And anybody who doesn't join the Discord or misses our live recording, totally understand. First off, I do know if you're a big Nintendo fan, Nintendo's going to be having events that whole day, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
So it's not just going to be the presentation. Like directly after the presentation, they're going into like Nintendo Treehouse coverage. I know the first thing's going to be Smash Bros. We'll probably be starting a little after that, because I am interested in watching the Smash Bros. Stuff. Right. But I think we'll make it work, like this recording, or at least this live type of show.
Yes.
There will be an edited version up later that night on YouTube and SoundCloud and everywhere else, depending on how quickly they refresh the RSS feeds.
Right.
So as soon as they refresh, that new episode will be up that Tuesday night. And yeah, so you'll be able to hear all of the live stuff. And yeah, if you want to hear it sooner than later, join the Discord. It's open to everyone, and it's a cool place. Like I said, today, we record Sundays, by the way. Today, we all got caught up on the latest garden event.
Right.
So
yeah, it was awesome.
If you're playing Pocket Camp, you need friends. We're friends.
Yeah.
We're friendly. So yeah, are you excited, Sergio? Are you excited for a live recording?
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be awesome. And like you said, hopefully it's going to be the most positive live recording. Even if it's not, we'll be excited to record live for you guys and discuss everything that happens.
Yeah, and, I'm really hoping we see Animal Crossing, mostly because I do think that Animal Crossing is going to be a 2019 game, right?
Yes.
I'm totally fine if Nintendo decides to surprise me and make it 2018. 100% fine with that. Don't mind at all. But yeah, this game, or at least I feel like this game's coming out next year, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I could see it being like an announcement at E3, because it's one of their bigger franchises. A lot of people are fans, and while they're gonna have a lot of really cool big things for 2018, I think they need to throw in some 2019 surprises.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, so they've said they're focused on 2018. They said that last year.
Yes.
They're like, oh, we're tune in to learn more about games coming later this year. But they still gave us like tons of future announcements,
Yeah, we're still waiting for many of those games.
Yeah, especially like, some of their big ones were Pokemon and Metroid, and those could very well be like 2019 or later games. Pokemon will probably be sooner, to be honest, but Metroid, I don't see that coming out.
Yes. Yeah.
This year. I believe that's coming out at least next year or later. Right.
So hopefully, if there's any Animal Crossing content in any way, shape, or form, we'll be there and we'll cover everything about it.
Yeah, as well as all the other things, because, there are some things I'm looking forward to.
Yeah.
Fire Emblem, I'd love to hear about that Fire Emblem game.
Yeah, right.
That was an exciting announcement a year and a half ago, and haven't heard anything since. So, yeah, really looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Yep. Also, I want to see a new... on a Mario Party where they finally just say, all right, you guys can play online.
Yeah. That's a huge hit already.
Yeah, I'm kind of I just want more games to be playable online that have multiplayer. Like Kirby, I think I would like that game for the multiplayer.
Yeah.
But I don't have really anybody to play with, because it's just couch co-op. And couch co-op is great. It's definitely one of the most fun ways to play. But I live far away from a lot of friends and family currently, so I don't have them on my couch.
Yeah.
So, Yeah, so we're really excited about this. Sergio, you, I think, have already gotten like pretty much that week off, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
But you initially got it off for the World Cup.
Yeah, so I switched the dates around and got the. I'm getting the morning shifts off, and it's the week of E3 and the 2 weeks after that.
Yeah, so that's pretty fun. I'm so excited for the World Cup.
Yeah.
Only happens once every 4 years. It's going to be a great one.
Yeah.
Always fun. Poor Mexico is in a tough group.
Oh, yes.
This year, stuck with Germany.
Yeah. Oof.
They're so good.
Yeah.
Anyways, this isn't sports talk. This is Haken. But yeah, once again, everyone, if you want to join the Discord, it's in the description. Anyways, thank you all so much for listening. If you want to be part of the conversation on all things Animal Crossing, join the Discord. Like today, I talked about Jeslyn and I's conversation on Discord. You can have your thoughts shared on the show too. So yeah, it'd be pretty cool. It's totally free to join. You don't have to be a patron. And if you do, you get Sergio and my friend codes, as well as anybody else who has shared their friend code on the Discord. We have a whole spreadsheet. It's nice. But if you do want to become a patron, visit patreon.com/ChewiePlaysNintendo for just $1. You can support our show. It means a lot to us. You get tons of cool things. I'll give you my friend codes to 3DS, Wii U, Switch. So, eventually we're gonna have an Animal Crossing game on the Switch. We currently have one on 3DS, and I want to play with people.
Yeah.
We still have to set that up. Side note. Okay. You can have your thoughts shared on the podcast. I like to get people's ideas who are patrons about things you want Sergio and I to talk about. So if you want to have your voice heard, that's a good way to do it.
Right,
and it's super cheap. We really try to make it worth it. $1. It's not too much to ask, but I also just really appreciate it because, sometimes it is a lot to ask. So anyways, if you're watching on YouTube, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Also, comment your own swishes or Animal Crossing Switch wishes. I'd love to hear what you'd like to see in the next Animal Crossing game. Or just, respond to what our wishes were and tell us if you like them. Also, please leave a review for the show wherever you are listening. It helps the show gain some viewers or some visibility and allows our community to grow. And of course, we bring more people together to share butterflies in Pocket Camp. Once again, thank you all for listening, and we hope you have a great week.
Goodbye, everybody.